Hello, this is Stephen Seifert. You know, the QuaranTUNE Dulcimer Festival is coming up. It's going to be number 13, virtualdulcimerfest.com. I want to show you real quick what I'm teaching. I'm doing 8 different sessions, and I'll just go in chronological order here. So first is on Friday, session 2, advanced, all new finger-picking blues tunes for the 1-3-5 tuning. I think I've come up with something that makes this more intuitive, and I've written out some tunes to go along with it. And it's stuff that kind of sounds like this. And that'll be fingerstyle. Up next is Friday, session 4, level 4, upper intermediate. This is a 2-hour class. 6 tunes in different keys using common tunings and a capo. Let me just show you super fast. We're going to do a little bit in capo 1. I love it. DAD capo 1. It's a good one. I'm also going to take you into DGD, where you take your middle string down to a G. This has a banjo sound. That's a good one. I'm going to help you understand that you can get used to retuning. I'm going to take you into DAC. The thing about DAC is you get some ancient scales. So there's going to be a bunch of tunes, and I'm going to make this stuff doable because I think it's golden. Changing your tuning a little bit, throw it on a capo. Dulcimer is still easy to play, but you get a whole bunch of different nuts falling out of the tree. Friday, session 6, level 3, intermediate. Fully use your 1.5 fret scales, chords, licks, and tunes. Scales with this 1.5 fret. Did you know you can get your scale that I was just doing in that previous video. You can also get kind of bluegrassy scales, that kind of stuff. You can get chords. You've got a D minor, you've got an F major, a D minor, you have a D7 here, D minor 7. You've got the spy chord. Pretty cool. I like playing fiddle tunes with a 1.5 fret because when you're in DAD, you've got a C on the middle string. It's nice to have that C there. But if you should happen to go into other tunings, it could be great too. And I think we're going to have to talk briefly about one I mentioned in that last video, DGD, because up here you get a blues note in DGD, and it's just good to mention that. But I've got some cool tunes to show off your 1.5 fret. I don't want you just using it. I want you to know why you're using it a little bit. Saturday, session 1, level 3. This is intermediate, a comfortable intro to finger picking for intermediates and up. So maybe you've been playing a little while, but you've not real experienced with finger picking. So I think the first step is not really hard arrangements. I think the first thing you want to do is learn some intuitive ways. It's my favorite word lately. I think the dulcimer is all about that. We're going to pick out a melody on the melody string, and I'm going to show you how to add the other strings without having to sight read, but I will also have this stuff written out for you. I'll show you brushes, I'll show you pinches, like that. We'll talk about pull-offs a little, slides, hammers. So if you're wanting to get grounded in finger picking, I'm going to cover all the basic techniques and give you some good tunes. Saturday, session 2, level 2. This is learn these tunes 3 ways and you'll have them for life. And I think too many times we just learn tunes the way we're most comfortable. Well, I think it's good to use the way you're best at, but also it's good to do it the other ways. And usually you think about it, it's play by ear or read music. And I'm going to show you a third thing that I've been having a lot of success with. But I want to integrate all of it, you know, because even if you're just going to sight read, the more you develop your ear, the better you're going to be. So I can't let any of this out of the bag. Show up and find out. Saturday, session 4, level 3. This is for intermediates, but it's really for anyone who wants to go deep on major and minor chords on the dulcimer. And I am going to show you multiple fingering styles. So I'll give you the L chords. We'll move those around. I'll show you how those work. And we can talk about flipping them, but we don't have to. And we'll talk about slants, different ways to use these, extended slants, minor versus major. But more than that, I want to show you how all these fit together in a way that helps you learn them. Like they're kind of like constellations that help you find the stars in the sky. To the right of every L is a slant. To the right of every slant is an extended. And you get all 3 chords that way. So I just want to show you some of these big patterns. One time I got a chord book. It was real thick. And I thought, am I supposed to memorize all these? It's like trying to memorize a phone book. Once you see how these things fit together, you'll be able to get a heck of a lot out of just 2 pages of shapes I'm going to give you. So show up. Chord shapes really help with everything. Even people who don't want to play chords can benefit from knowing these shapes. I'll show you all about it. Saturday, session 6, level 3. I hope I'm getting all these right. You better double check what I'm telling you. Flat picking arrangements of 4 to 5 common jam tunes, and this is for intermediate. And I'm not going to do all kinds of crazy flat picking. The main thing I really want you to appreciate is how you can play lots of basic tunes across the strings, going no higher than 3 usually. And with the right hand, use a pick strum technique. That means picking and strumming, combining the 2. I'm slow motion right now. Sometimes flat picking's too tedious. I really think it's good for you to know how to play melodies across here and mostly strum them with some picking. So I'll bring arrangements. If you've had my flat picking stuff before, expect some new tabs for this. Oh, wait, I gotta tell you this real quick. I probably don't have time to pull this dulcimer off and put this other one on. Don't hang up just yet. This pick strum technique I learned from Mike Klimmer. Really, he got me thinking about it. He also made this band jammer. This simple flat picking stuff is pretty good for band jammer. Listen to this. Especially if it's in tune, but we'll deal with that later. Anyway, if you have a band jammer and it's a little too noisy and maybe you've lost friends over it, this pick strum technique's kind of essential. Man, and I'll tell you another thing, you can always stick a little rag in the back and it really does improve the tone of any banjo. Listen to that. All right, Pat, we got to move on here. Finally, this is Saturday, session 7, level 1 for absolute beginners. I kind of wish I wasn't teaching this at the end, because I think you could really use it at the beginning. 4 things I wish I had known when I started dulcimer. How to quickly learn bare bones versions. How to generate a strum fresh in the moment. How you can have one chord shape and handle all the chords you need in dulcimer land for the most part. And also moving melodies around. So when I'm playing simple tunes, I'm not playing a strum I memorized. And I can play that melody in different places. And if I need chords, there's one shape. Plus, I'll give you some general advice I think is going to help send you on your way. Ready to have fun? The dog just got in here. I've got to take care of him. Remember, check these days and session numbers and make sure I didn't mess any of this up. But please go to virtualdulcimerfest.com. If you don't like my workshops, there's lots of other people teaching, so check it out. We'll see you soon. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.